Today we're talking about a secret tradition, a holiday for vinyl nerds. A day where your wallet cries harder than a newborn child. Yep, I'm talking about Record Store Day. But is it truly a celebration of music culture? Or just a clever way to make you spend $50 on an EP with 2 songs you already own? Let's dig in. Welcome to the apartment audiophile, where big sound meets small spaces. If you love vinyl, hi-fi gear, honest reviews, all from a cozy city apartment, you're in the right place. So in today's episode, we're gonna deep dive into Record Store Day. Alright, so quick history lesson. Record Store Day started in 2007, and the first event took place on April 2008, back when vinyl was considered about as trendy as flip phones and cargo shorts. A bunch of independent record store owners got together and thought, hey, what if we made a holiday about us? So they did. The very first event had a few dozen special releases and live performances. Now, it's an international phenomenon. Hundreds of exclusive pressings, massive lines, grown men weeping openly over limited run Taylor Swift singles. We've come a long way, folks. So why do vinyl heads freak out about Record Store Day? Simple. Exclusive releases. We're talking about limited edition colored vinyl, unreleased tracks, live bootlegs, weird B-sides nobody asks for but everyone suddenly needs. Plus, it's an excuse to gather with other like-minded nerds. Swap music tips, flex your obscure finds. It's a full-on community event. Sometimes record stores have artists playing live or just doing meet and greet. Fun fact, on the first Record Store Day, Metallica spent hours at Rasputin Music in San Francisco meeting their fans. So you never know what kinds of surprises you may encounter on Record Store Day. And yes, I do wake up early and I have an existential crisis about whether I really need that translucent purple repress of an album I already own. But seriously guys, beyond the collectibles and chaos, Record Store Day matters. Because it brings foot traffic to independent shops. You know, the places not owned by Amazon, Walmart, or some tech bro who thinks Spotify is the same as owning records. Record Store Day gives indie stores a financial shot in the arm. It keeps small businesses alive. And yeah, it reminds people that physical media is still a thing. It's about sharing our passion for music, for collecting special pressing, and just to have fun and geek about on which turntable we're gonna spin that obscure live concert that suddenly appeared on Record Store Day. Of course, not everyone's sipping the Kool-Aid. Some people say Record Store Day has gotten a little out of hand. You know, when you're standing there holding a $50 limited 7-inch with 2 songs on it, and one of them is just a live version with slightly worse mixing. Yeah, that's where the existential dread sets in. Let's be honest here. Prices are crazy. Pressing quality is hit or miss. And flippers. Oh, the flippers. They showed up, buy 5 copies, and list them on eBay before you even get back to your car. Also, not every exclusive is actually good. Do we really need 18 different reissues of Rumors? Trick question. The answer is yes. Always. But still, the criticism is valid. Record Store Day can sometimes feel more like Record Store Capitalism Day than a true celebration of music. So, where do I land? Look, Record Store Day is awesome. I attended every year since 2010, where I got my first Record Store Day edition of the first album of The Doors in the mono mix. So yes, it's chaotic, it's imperfect, it's commercialized, but it's still one of the few times music nerds get to come together offline and celebrate something they actually love. If you go in knowing that you might overpay or maybe get elbowed by a 47-year-old guy named Chad fighting for a De La Soul box set, you still have a good time. It's about the hunt, the vibe, the totally unnecessary flexes when you find something rare. And hey, If you hate it, you can always stay home and buy overpriced record on Discogs like the rest of us. Okay, so this year, I have been kind of reasonable, depending if you are talking to my girlfriend or my best friend. So here's my 3 findings this year at Au 33 Tours record store in Montreal. Dropped on September 24, 1991, this was their second album, mostly cooked up by Q-Tip himself. The vibe? Minimalist, heavy bass, crisp drum breaks, smooth jazz samples, and by early 92 the album had already gone gold because 500,000 people figured out it was fire. And by 95, platinum. Critics and music nerds now worship the Low End Theory like it's sacred scripture. It's considered a landmark in alternative hip-hop. Fast forward to 2020, Rolling Stone magazine ranked it to number 43 on their 500 greatest album of all time list, which is basically Rolling Stone admitting they got it wrong for 29 years. Long story short, the Low End Theory didn't just influence hip-hop, it rewired it, especially if you're into jazz rap, alternative beats, or just music that makes you feel like you should wear a Kangol hat and nodding wisely in a smoking room somewhere. Just jump on this album if you didn't hear it yet. So yes, this is clearly my best finding this year at Record Store Day. Look at these beautiful colors. I mean, yeah, worth it. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, 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 wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Come with it now! Yeah, Rage Against the Machine, guys. I never had the chance to see Rage Against the Machine live, but I did see Prophets of Rage with Chuck D of Public Enemy and Be Real of Cypress Hills in Toronto. It was an insane show, and I mean, yes, we all miss Zach de la Rocha voice and crazy performance, but man, Chuck D and Be Real were incredible together. Also, Dave Grohl made an appearance on stage and played Kick Out the Jam with the band. I mean, everyone was losing their mind. It was crazy. I mean, have you ever seen Dave Grohl doing a solo with Tom Morello? Bro, insane. So yeah, being a hardcore fan since the first album, it was the first record I catch at Record Store Day. Like, without hesitation, without even looking at the price. So this one is a compilation of completely untouched and unmixed live recordings from the band's first world tour. It's not just one venue, so you have a different vibe and sound quality on every track. The album starts with the bomb track. See what I did there? Which sounds like you're playing it in your bathroom with a cheap Bluetooth speaker. On the iconic Killing in the Name, we don't hear much of Morello aggressive guitars. The mix is aimed more toward the bass of Tim Comerford, so once again, it's a bit disappointing. Take the Power Back has a better mixing job, but sometimes the peak moment distorted, which is a bit annoying. Bullet in the Head on the other side feels very energetic, alive. It's well mixed, the balance between the instrument is good, and Morello's solo, wow. Never heard this variation before. Absolute killer. On Know Your Enemy, is it just me or the mix is way louder on the right channel? It was very disturbing and not very interesting to have pan all the way to the right. Wake Up is probably the worst of the album. Sounds like they put a muffler in front of the speakers. Horrible. On Fistful of Steel, Now You're Gonna Bang Your Head Off. Probably the best on this album. Oh my god, what a live version. Whew. I thought Wake Up was the worst. Nah. Township Rebellion. It hurts, man. It really hurts. Can't really listen to it. And finally, Freedom, which is played almost twice the speed of the album version. The mix is not horrible, but definitely better than Township Rebellion. It's more like a punk version. So yeah, it's not the best live-sounding album of all time, but it's really a taste of their explosive performances that really defined the band back in the day. It's like stepping back in time to witness something that was gonna be a revolution in rock history. And finally, the Jesus Lizard, Flux. Okay, I've got a confession here. I've heard of the Jesus Lizard many times. I mean, what a great band name, but I don't really know them. I mean, okay, just don't throw me tomatoes. It's just, I saw the album at record store day. I was like, oh, it's their latest album. I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'm gonna discover this band finally. It's good. It's a great occasion, actually. And oh my God, it was the 3 rejected songs from their latest album. So this one, I mean, it's an EP of 3 songs. Yeah, overpriced. That did not appear on their 2024 album, Rack. It was a bit overpriced, but whatever. I'm not gonna say much about it. I mean, I love the band now. That's why I jumped on it. But I feel like I could have skipped that one. In all due respect, the 3 songs are really good. West Side in particular, but I guess I could have skipped that one. For all the hardcore fans out there, I'm sure this one is a must, but for me, I don't think I'm gonna spin that one very often. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more brutally honest hi-fi takes, vinyl adventures, and yes, occasional emotional meltdowns over shipping delays. You can always buy me a coffee or 2. Links in the drop box below. And yes, drop a comment. Are you Team Record Store Day or Team This is a Scan and I'm not leaving my house? Catch you next time, and remember, support your local record store, even if they're trying to sell you an EP for the price of a small microwave.